Brazilian professional footballer Edson Arantes do Nascimento, better known by his stage name Pélé, was a forward. He was among the most accomplished and well-known athletes of the 20th century, and FIFA even named him the greatest player of all time. He was named the International Olympic Committee's Athlete of the Century in 1999, and Time named him one of the 100 most influential individuals of the 20th century. Pelé was one of the two joint winners of the FIFA Player of the Century Award in 2000 and was chosen by the International Federation of Football History and Statistics, IFHS, as the World Player of the Century. Including friendly, he scored 1,279 goals in 1,363 games, which is recognized as a Guinness World Record. At age 15, Pelé joined Santos, and at age 16, he joined the Brazil national team. He was the only player to win 3 FIFA World Cups throughout his international career in 1958, 1962, and 1970. After the 1958 match, he earned the moniker O Rei, the King. With 77 goals in 92 games, Pelé is tied for the most goals scored by a Brazilian. He was Santos' all-time leading scorer at the club level with 643 goals in 659 games. He guided Santos to the 1962 and 1963 Copa Libertadores, as well as the 1962 and 1963 Intercontinental Cup during a prosperous period for the team. Pelé is credited with introducing the term "the beautiful game" to football. His electrifying skill and fondness for spectacular goals made him a global celebrity, and his teams traveled abroad to capitalize on his fame. During his playing career, Pelé held the title of the highest-paid athlete in the world for a while. Pelé became a global football ambassador after retiring in 1977 and engaged in several acting and business endeavors. He was chosen as the New York Cosmos honorary president in 2010. Throughout his career, Pelé scored nearly 1 goal per game and was skilled at striking the ball with either foot in addition to reading the movements of his opponents. Although he was primarily a striker, he could drop deep and assume a playmaking role. Early years. Edson Arantes do Nascimento, the son of Fluminense footballer Dondinho and Celeste Arantes, was born on October 23, 1940, in Três, Coraçes, Minas Gerais. He was named after the American inventor Thomas Edison and was the older of 2 siblings. Due to an error on the birth certificate, numerous records reflect his name as Edison rather than his given name Edson, notwithstanding his parents' decision to drop the I and rename him. His family gave him the moniker Dico at first. When he was in school, it is said that he was given the moniker Pélé because how he mispronounced the name of his favorite player, the local Vasco da Gama goalkeeper Pelé. The more he complained, the longer the term stayed. Pelé claimed in his memoirs that neither he nor his former pals knew the meaning of the moniker. The word has no recognized Portuguese meaning except the claim that it derives from Pelé and that miracle is its Hebrew equivalent. In the So Paulo state's Bairro, Pelé was raised in abject poverty. He worked as a servant in tea houses to make additional cash. He was taught how to play by his father, but as he couldn't buy a true football, he typically used a grapefruit or a sock that had been filled with newspaper and knotted with twine. In his younger years, he participated in several amateur teams including Sete de Setembro, Canto de Rio, So Paulinho, and Ameriquena. 2 So Paulo State Youth Championships for junior teams were won by Bairro Athletic Club under Pelé. He was a member of the Radium indoor football team in his mid-teens. When Pelé started playing indoor football in Bairro, it had just recently gained popularity. He participated in the region's inaugural futsal indoor football match. Club life. Brito brought Pelé to Santos in 1956 to try out for the professional team Santos FC, a port and industrial city close to So Paulo. Brito told the Santos directors that the 15-year-old would be the best football player in the world. During his trial at the Estadio Vila Belmiro, Pelé made a good impression on Santos coach Lula, and in June 1956, he agreed to a professional deal with the team. The local media heavily marketed Pelé as a potential superstar. At the age of 15, he made his senior squad debut on September 7, 1956, against Corinthians de Santo André. He put up an excellent performance in the 7-1 win and scored the game's first goal. Pelé received a starting position on the first team at the start of the 1957 campaign, and at the age of 16, he rose to the position of leading scorer in the league. The adolescent was selected for the Brazil national squad 10 months after signing a professional contract, Rich European clubs like Real Madrid, Juventus, and Manchester United unsuccessfully wanted to sign him after the 1958 and 1962 World Cups. Pélé claims that on August 2, 1959, during a Campeonato Paulista game against So Paulo rival Club Atlético Juventus, he scored his most memorable goal at the Estadio Rua Javari, South American Championship in 1959. In the South American Championship, Pélé also participated. He was awarded the best player of the 1959 competition and led the scoring with 8 goals as Brazil finished second despite going undefeated. He scored in 5 of Brazil's 6 games, including a hat-trick against Paraguay and 2 goals against Chile. Style of game. Pelé is renowned for associating football with the expression, the beautiful game. He was a frequent scorer who was renowned for his ability to see opponents approaching the area and finish off opportunities with a precise and potent shot with either foot. In addition to being a complete forward with excellent vision and intellect, Pelé was a dedicated team player who was praised for his ability to connect with teammates and help them out. With his distinctive playing style, Pelé combined physical strength, endurance, and athleticism with speed, creativity, and technical skill. He was able to out-dribble opponents thanks to his superb technique, balance, flair, agility, and dribbling skills. He routinely used rapid changes of direction and complex feints to get past players, including his signature move, the dribble de vaca. The parading or small stop was another of his distinctive motions. Legacy. Pelé being held aloft after winning the 1970 World Cup final in Mexico City. He is the only player to win 3 World Cups. Among the most successful and popular sports figures of the 20th century, Pelé is one of the most lauded players in the history of football and has been frequently ranked the best player ever. Following his emergence at the 1958 World Cup, he was nicknamed O Rei, the King. Among his contemporaries, Dutch star Johan Cruyff stated, Pelé was the only footballer who surpassed the boundaries of logic. Brazil's 1970 World Cup winning captain Carlos Alberto Torres opined, his great secret was improvisation. Those things he did were in one moment. He had an extraordinary perception of the game. According to Tosto, his strike partner at the 1970 World Cup, Pelé was the greatest, he was simply flawless. And off the pitch, he is always smiling and upbeat. You never see him bad-tempered. He loves being Pelé. His Brazilian teammate Clodoaldo commented on the adulation he witnessed. In some countries, they wanted to touch him, and some they wanted to kiss him. In others, they even kissed the ground he walked on. I thought it was beautiful, just beautiful. According to Franz Beckenbauer, West Germany's 1974 World Cup winning captain, Pelé is the greatest player of all time. He reigned supreme for 20 years. This is end of this video. Do you feel it nice? Make sure to give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos.